Hi everybody, I'm Joanne Smith from Wordsmith Projects and I'm here today with James, the body fix coach at Grindhouse Gym, and we're going to have a little bit of a chat today about how to write a proposal document. So James, thanks for joining me. Do you want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how we know each other?
Yeah, so I'm James Bacon, the body fix coach. We're based here at Grindhouse Gym in Taton Hill, Burton-on-Trent. So I have known Jo for
About 6 months?
About 6 months now, yeah. I'm her personal trainer down here, a sports massage therapist.
Torturer.
Generally just a torturer, yeah, so.
I came in to see you for a sports massage and you were telling me all about this new idea that you had for a new service that you want to offer,
Yeah.
a corporate wellness program. So you put together a bit of a proposal document. Do you want to just walk us through how that was?
Yeah, so obviously I've done business workshops before to businesses, and I wanted to make more of a business workshop so people could come into the gym and spend a day here doing a bit of exercise, bit of like wellness upstairs. So I knew you was a bid writer and I know you're good at your job.
Who told you that?
Me. And I put something together just on ChatGPT, to be honest, and I know
Shock horror.
it's not my thing, to be honest, and I thought I'll put something on there, see what comes out, I'll send that to you. I know it was rubbish, but I know that's where you come in and make things a lot better.
The idea of the corporate wellness program, obviously we are living in times where people have sit-down jobs, it's very sedentary, so there's obviously science behind what you do, and your very strapline is movement is medicine.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing your proposal with me. I wouldn't necessarily say it was rubbish. I get what you were trying to say within it, but there were things that we could do to improve it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
what we need to do in a proposal is really persuade the person that's going to read your proposal, or the buyer or the business, to buy your services. So a common problem that businesses fall into is they start by talking about themselves.
Yes.
Because of course it's all about me and this is my business and these are my services and buy from me. Well, the reality of the situation is that's not really what we want to do, because I'm sorry James, but it's not all about you.
I know.
You know that now.
Yes,
you know that now. So I had a look at your proposal.
Okay.
And to be fair, you know, there was some stuff in there that was okay, there was some stuff that we could use, but I would always start with what I call the hero page. So what we want to do really is understand what the business problem is. So based on sedentary jobs, what would you say is the biggest problem for most businesses these days?
I think sickness is probably one of the biggest things, because if someone has to go off sick within a business, then they've got to start recruiting more people, sick pay.
Absolutely spot on. What you want to do really is provide a service that is going to reduce people being off sick caused by issues that they might have at work.
Yeah.
It might be a sedentary job or a job where they're moving in the same way every single day, which causes repetitive injuries, that kind of thing. So that's essentially where we would want to start with any proposal. How are we going to solve your problem? So first we need to understand what your problem is, and then we need to talk about how we're actually going to solve it. When we understand that it's not all about you, we want to connect with that business emotionally. So depending on what we're selling, what the services are, the type of language that we use is important. So for example, in your proposal, with the problem, what I would do is use big bold statistics on the page which highlights the problem that they've got. So stats on money that is lost to sickness days, number of sickness days, stress-related absence, that kind of thing. But also explain that you don't actually need to be a big corporate business to receive this kind of wellness. You can be a small business. So take me, for example, my business. I came to you with a niggling ongoing pain in my rear, well known as the piriformis, which is a muscle in your bottom. But when you sit down for really long periods of time, and as a bid writer we do, that muscle can get really, really tight, and then it gets really, really painful over time. So that's one of the reasons I came to see James, because I was really suffering. So that is a case study that we can put into our proposal that showcases a business that has come to you with a problem where people have had time off or not been as productive, receive the wellness treatment, and then are back to work and back up to full productivity. So when we've got beyond the initial introduction and explaining how we're going to solve problems for businesses, that's then when we then come in and talk about you. So what do you think we would say at that stage about the Body Fix Coach?
Well, so the Body Fix Coach has been going for about 3 years now. So originally it was JDB Strength and Conditioning before. Had a bit of a changeover during COVID period, and I started helping people with rehab, pain, and did some qualifications in that area. And then one day I was speaking to one of my clients, and I said to him, I was like, I need to rebrand my business. So I was like, what do you think I should call it? And he says, well, you're the Body Fix Coach. And that's how it all came about originally. So from then, I think we've probably got over like 300 recommendations and testimonials over the past 5-6 years, helping people out. And then obviously we've branched out into more the business area last year, but it got put on hold a little bit for other bits what we're doing. So yeah.
So that's exactly it. All of that demonstrates your qualifications, your credibility, your experience with other clients and other businesses. So that's what we talk about next in your proposal. So I think for this particular proposal, we want to keep it fairly short and snappy. We don't want to write something that's War and Peace, that's going to bore the businesses to death. So I think we start off with your initial hero page, and then we go on to the second page, which is big bold stats around what the problem is. Then you introduce yourself, then you talk about the services that you can offer, and then you wrap it up at the end, and you really keep it that snappy and that punchy.
Sounds good.
And case studies are really good for building credibility as well. So you'll have lots of individual personal clients, but because you're wanting to break into more of the corporate world, then you would write case studies similar to what you did for my business, and you'd put those in the proposal as well. So once we've drafted it and written it, are you going to do that yourself, or do you want me to do that for you?
You can do it for me.
So what would be best practice in that scenario is then you get somebody to review it that's not directly involved in your business, that's not been directly involved in writing it. That second set of eyes is really important because they can tell you whether it flows, whether it's readable, whether it makes sense, all of those things. And because we're going for something that's short and snappy and punchy, it's not a big job for somebody. So always get somebody else to review before you send it out.
Okay, so that sounds great, Jo, thank you. So what do I need to do to start with to research it?
So that's a really good question, but I'm actually going to put that question back onto you. So you originally came up with this really good idea to deliver this corporate wellness program, but where did the original idea come from? So in terms of how do you know it's needed?
Well, we did the business workshops last year and we had quite a lot of interest for that, and we had some great results coming out of that. And I think a lot of businesses don't actually know they need this, but if you look at like the statistics for musculoskeletal time-related absences, it's second highest stats after mental health. So some businesses, they may not have pain and stuff going on in their businesses with their employees, but this is also a prevention to help them so they have healthy staff.
And you've already done your research in terms of sickness statistics, lost days at work. So these are all really good. You know, my advice would be start with a relatively small inner circle in terms of businesses that are fairly local. So you've got the option to take it to them, or they can take it to you. It's almost right on their doorstep here, isn't it? But it's market research. It's understanding, is there a need, before you put the time and resource into putting it together. So to wrap up then, James drafted the proposal himself, shared it with me. He said it was rubbish. It wasn't rubbish, but there were definite ways that we could improve. So the plan of action is I will rewrite that based on the structure that we've already discussed. You then take it away and review it and sign it off, but then when it's ready, I mean, what's the big plan?
So I think the initial plan is continue doing some networking, talking to local businesses. I've got quite a fair few connections around Burton-on-Trent anyway, and other people that I've spoken to in the past, so I can put the idea across to those guys first, and then once we've got some testimonials we can push it out a bit more.
Yeah. So how was it, the whole sort of process? Did you take it personally when I sort of said,
No, I didn't take it personally. I know what I'm good at, and that sort of stuff's not my bag, so...
Yeah, so would you recommend bringing in someone external to help, or would you just jump on ChatGPT?
I already did that, didn't I? So.
Will you do it again?
No, I'll come to you, Joe, of course.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, James, for joining me today and talking to me about your proposal. I know it's not always easy for somebody to sit there and say, well, I did this and it was rubbish and I needed help. But thanks everybody for watching. For loads of free resources, helpful insights, head over to my website at www.wordsmithprojects.com, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye.
You actually did that perfectly.